Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel, and it's your girl Adefemi Shumaski, and this is Adefemi Talks. On this channel, if you're new on here, you're welcome to the family, and if you're a returning subscriber, today's video is story time. So I'm going to be telling you guys a little short story, and I hope that this story we all can learn from it. The video might be all over the place, but bear with me. I'm just going to be speaking from my mind. I recently watched this movie by Funke Akindele, which is titled Finding Me, and I really resonate with that movie a lot, and I feel like most of us will resonate with that movie. I'll be giving you guys a context or background to why I said I resonate with that video. And one thing I took, the part which I resonate with is the parts where we all need somebody to just change everything for you. You need somebody that is just one person you need in your life that would open your eyes to see life differently, and it will just bring about a change for you. For Funke Akindele in that movie, she needed to meet somebody outside of her marriage who opened her eyes to see that she needs to dress better, and her husband keeps pulling her down, keeps tearing her apart. But instead, it just took one person to tell her that let's start going to the gym. It took the guy that she met outside of her marriage to say buy her clothes. The change that her husband wants to see in her, the guy was able to bring those change to life. And if she didn't meet that person, maybe she wouldn't have been able to get to that stage of her life where she finds herself. Growing up, I grew up with parents that did the best they knew. They gave us the best they could afford as at the time, and so I'm not going to blame them for anything. They gave us, they did the best of which according to their power they could give us, they could provide for us. And so to that extent, we didn't really have good clothes. We didn't have parents that were open high, as I would say. They were wearing really fashionable people, so it was more like they give you your basic needs and that's it. They didn't really care about fashion. We were 4 girls, so my younger sister and I, we were more into fashion, being classy. We wanted to know more, so but that was later. If people invite me for parties, I couldn't go. I cannot even tell them at home that I want to go for a friend's party because I didn't even have clothes to wear. And so we were those kids that they tag on my get inside. That was how life was growing up till I entered uni. Mind you, throughout this period of me growing up, I was very slim, extremely slim. If you hear lekwa, that's me. I was very slim. If I fall sick like this, you will be scared for me that maybe this girl is going to break into two. I was really that slim. But one thing out of being slim was I loved it. I loved being slim. Even when people they abuse me and say you don't have flat bottom, and then because I was slim, I had knock nails, so it was also very obvious. So I was that kind of girl that had knock nails, was not fashionable, didn't know what's up, and still I was very slim. So I had lots of all those things going on for me, but still I was still proud of myself. I liked the fact that I was slim. When I was 17, I entered uni, and I was still this non-fashionable girl. My mom followed me to uni, and I went to University of Benin. They were always afraid I was that stubborn girl. I needed some extra monitoring, so I couldn't go to a uni where they didn't know anybody, if that makes sense. I'm sure that some families, most of you guys, your parents are also like that, that there was that child that was always giving them headache, and they felt like, oh no, they need an extra hawker to watch after her. So I went to University of Benin. My sister was also schooling there, and I had to live with her. But then my sister herself was not fashionable, and me, I try as much as possible to at least be fashionable, but then I didn't even know what I was doing. I already made up my mind that I'm going to do better than my elder sister. I was going to be the happening babe. Not happening babe, but at least be the yucky girl. They used to say it's youthful exuberance that was disturbing me back then. So I could still remember very well the slippers that I wore to school. I think my mom gave me that slippers. It was like an oversized slippers. And mind you, I was a law student. I gained admission to do law, diploma in law back then. And I saw all the girls. And because of where you were coming from, I lived in Abeokuta all my life. I didn't have any form of exposure. I was in that kind of, I didn't come from that kind of family that people traveled. During holiday, we're always at home. I have to pray. We don't even go to visit anybody. I didn't have have that no exposure. So looking at girls that were like 17, 16, 18, looking at them, the way they dressed, it felt awkward to me. And I'm like, all these girls, they are tear high. Oh. Now I understand better, I know better, and to be honest, I'm going to dress my child up. I wouldn't be that parent that their child would just turn out anyhow, because now I know better. So I don't blame my parents. They did what they knew. There was no social media back then. I can't even remember now. So I finished school, secondary school, 2007. So that's 2008, 2009, thereabouts. So there was phone, but it wasn't as it's more open now, where there's Instagram and all those beautiful stuff. So there wasn't really social media back then. Probably what you had would be Facebook, which was the in thing then. And there was nothing like Pinterest, where you will be like, oh, I didn't hear anything about Pinterest, where you will be like, oh, check on Pinterest to know how you can combine clothes and all that. I was just following whatever I see people do. I like this shirt on them. We go to Okeka back then now to get bend and select, to get nice white shirts. And I saw all these girls with nice fancy white shirts, and I'm like, oh god, they shall want to kill us with intimidation. So long story short, me with my oversized slippers, I did matric. I did, what's it called, what's that thing you do, is it induction, where I've forgotten what they call it now. Before you do your matric, there's this thing where you go to school and do your registration and all those good stuff, beginning of the school. So I went for registration, and I met all these I met my best friend back then, and so we started taking ourselves, I think her name was Nancy. We started taking ourselves together. We should finish registration. She hadn't met anybody. I was the first person she met, lost today. We became friends, and we did everything together. Then she also was staying with one of our big sis, and but then she stayed on camp. She was staying in the hostel. I was staying outside camp because that was where my sister was staying. We had something in common. She was a Christian, I was a Christian. She attended Redeem, I was attending SU Scripture Union. That's the name of where we were worshiping, the fellowship we attended back straight from home. We always went to camp, so there was that connection. So each time we go to class, she would leave a space for me. I will also leave a space for her. That was how we were doing it. If she gets to class before me, she will always keep my seat, and we were all friends. We went to classes together. After class, we went home together. We chilled out together. We were like besties, if that makes sense. All of a sudden, we started meeting more girls, and apparently these girls were the acne girls. They knew what's up. They knew what was going on. And lo and behold, my friend shifted from being my friend. I was still hanging out with her alongside these girls, but then I felt like they were way above my standard, and I didn't want to be corrupted. The way they would say you're going to be corrupted. So I didn't want to be corrupted. I didn't want to be the bad girls. So I was a bit weary of them, even though they were good girls. I was a bit weary of them, and I'll be telling Nancy that time, be careful of all these girls. They will corrupt you. You're still a virgin. Don't let all these girls corrupt you. So I was the mommy girl that time. I've been mommy for a long time, but mommy people that they didn't send me. But unfortunately, our friendship started drifting apart. And what happened? Nancy started becoming friends with these so-called girls, and these were girls that both of us, we used to abuse these girls before. But suddenly she became their friends, and they became besties, and she stopped being my friend. I just noticed that each time I go to class, she would not keep space for me, and I'm like, what's going on? I'll still try to force the friendship. Then someday, I think, I don't know, I can't remember if I overheard them or she actually told me to my face that I don't dress well, that I'm kind of not up to their standard. There was a word in which they used that I don't dress well. See the kind of slippers I'm wearing, they can't take me out, they can't even invite me anywhere because I don't even have good clothes. And throughout that semester, throughout my diploma, I just went into my shell because I couldn't even afford the clothes. Even if I could afford it, I didn't even know where to go. And mind you, I came from a Christian background, a Christian home. Trousers are not allowed, so you're not allowed to wear trousers. It has to be skirts, and most of the skirts that I even have, they're not even good. They are already patched in the middle. I've slim fitted their life because probably I bought them oversized. There was so a lot going on with my dressing. So when they told me that I wasn't up to their standard, that I don't dress well, see my shoes, I felt really bad. me, but there was this girl that God used for me to open my eyes. So throughout that semester, throughout my 2 years as a diploma in law student, I stopped talking to everybody. I just come to class, do my business. If I had to do a group presentation or anything like that, do my group presentation, I stopped talking to anybody. I don't owe anybody good morning, I don't owe you goodbye. I didn't have any friend. I was just into myself. I used to tell myself that I was a friend to everybody, but I didn't have a pally, and I survived 2 years as a diploma student. So I used to tell people that you don't really need friends. But now I'm a bit more laid back. I've decided that life is not that hard. We all need good people in our lives at some point. All you need is that one person that is going to change everything. But I still have people I talk to in class, but we're not close. More like the ones that if you talk to me, I will talk to you. I would show you how amazing I am. But if you don't talk to me, I would never be the first person to break the ice or talk to you, because I was just more like, I had self-esteem issues. I felt like if I said something, or if I'm the first person to say something, I might say the wrong thing, and you might not want to be my friend, or I'm not just good enough for you, if that makes sense. So I had a self-esteem issue, but it just took one person. There was this girl that God sent my way, and her name is God. We call her Kate. That's her name, Katie. Girl, she didn't know what she did, but God used her to change my life for good. She changed my life for good. And after her, I started meeting nice girls which were way older than me, and they also opened my eyes. They helped me balance my lifestyle, use the knowledge of God to not be wayward or drift apart to where I wasn't supposed to. So God used that to open my eyes. God used that to help me to be better. Kate just called me one day and be like, oh, let's go to my house, we'll read together, we'll prepare for exams. And she told me, look at your nails, you don't even do pedicure, your nails are too long, why don't you wear the clothes like this, you can dress like this. She was the one that when everywhere like they didn't want to relate with me, they didn't want to be my friend, she was the one that brought me out of my shell and literally helped me to find myself. And when I now met what's called Cynthia, which later became my bestie, Cynthia was in another college entirely. And how did I even meet Cynthia again? Yeah, Cynthia was in another college. So where I was staying, where my sister lived, I lived with her. I met these girls there, and I saw the way they were dressing, the way they do things. I just liked them. They were like my clique. We just clicked, so they became my friends. And sometimes I'll borrow their clothes, and with time they started showing me where to buy turkey wears. Somehow Asha open Aisha, from that 17-year-old naive girl that went to uni without knowing anything, without even know I left from her rights, without not knowing what I was doing. Those girls, Cynthia and Kate, God used them to let me know that to be doing pedicure, you don't have to like maybe spend money on it. You just buy cutters, just look good, look clean, look put together. And that was where my self-esteem picked up, and I decided and I knew that I could be better off. And down that story, I also had people that said they didn't like me because I was too slim, but when they later got to know that I was very kind and very nice person, we started talking, and they were confessing by themselves that this was why they didn't like me. What I'm trying to say in this story, you just need that one person that would point you in the right direction for you to be able to find yourself, for you to be able to like bring your self-esteem, for you to be able to be a better version of yourself. Now the social media now has even helped us. Now you can always go on ChatGPT to ask ChatGPT to suggest what you could wear for the day. You could ask ChatGPT that I have an occasion, how do I combine my clothes. There's Pinterest. There are so many. The world has now become so versatile now that you could still be trendy and not let anybody talk you down. It's not like fashion is important. It's not like all these things are vain thing. And I know that we are in a world where everybody wants to have validation. We want to be validated by our friends. We want people to like us. It's not about who you are or what you can give. It's more like, oh, I want to be liked by somebody. So in as much as we're in that world, don't get carried away. You can always find yourself, and there's no timing about it. Not like I'm a better dresser still, but at least I know that I can come out and come out well. I can look good and come out well. And over time, things have changed. And then I started wearing trousers, and I felt like one of the things I needed was to actually start wearing trousers. And because that is what boosted my self-esteem, it helped my self-esteem. It's not like wearing trousers or anything is anything special, but then that was what I needed, because I discovered that trousers were cheaper. Skirts, you start thinking of, oh, if you wear red skirt today, you wear black skirt tomorrow. If you wear black skirt today, you wear black skirt tomorrow. People can easily tell that it's that one black skirt that you're wearing. But denim, I discovered that one denim, you can wear one denim for the whole semester. All you would probably need would be different tops, and you'll be fine. People will not even know the difference, that you don't have clothes, and you still look well put together. And if it's just one sandals you have, ensure that the sandal is quality sandals, and you just package yourself well. When I met these girls, I started saving up to buy. Oh, they said it's turkey wears, they said it's this particular bag where you can buy. I start saving up to buy all these nice handbags. If it's just one I could afford, I will save up and buy. The money I'm supposed to use to eat, I will save up to buy these clothes. Not because I needed somebody to say, Adefemi, you're a good person, you look nice, but just because I needed that self-esteem. I needed to find myself. I needed my self-esteem to boost. I needed to boost up my self-esteem so that I could feel good when I'm outside, and I won't be shy. You think I'm shy, but then half of the time I'm worried that if I say something, I will say the wrong thing. From there, I started listening to motivational talks. Above all, what really changed was me finding Jesus. Yes, I think that was what changed everything, and I understood who I am in Christ, what God has said about me. So, which means what God has said about me, it's way much higher, and it makes much more sense than what anybody thinks of me. Whether I dress well, whether I don't dress well, so far I carry myself well and I look put together. It's much more important than whatever anybody thinks about me. So finding Jesus, having an understanding or having a relationship with him also helped me. It also boosted my self-esteem to be a better version of myself. I hope you find some light in our story, and I hope that it resonates with you. You learn one or two things, and you also find yourself, if you are in a situation where you're drowning currently and it's just more like a struggle for you to actually know God's will for your life, just find God and surround yourself with the right people. If you think that the people around you right now, they are not helping you, or they are the kind of people that they laugh with you and behind your back that saying bad things about you, flee from those kind of people. Run away from them. Once you notice any kind of character that is not going to help you, run away from those kind of people and surround yourself with good people that you can learn good things from, and from there boost your self-esteem. And there's this other card I used to download on my phone that it's more like a motivational card, so it reminds you every day, or it gives you nice words every day to remind yourself that you are beautiful, you are amazing, you're better than what you were yesterday. Words of affirmations, they also help you to find yourself and boost your self-esteem. And above all, surround yourself with good people. If God didn't send all these people around me, I would still be where I am, not fashionable, not knowing what's up. Right now, look at me, knowing how to combine stuff together. I'm not there yet, but then I know what I want and I could always go for it. And now I have more money to be able to afford the things I couldn't afford back then. And as I said, you just need one person. We only need that one person that will point us into the right direction and help us to boost our self-esteem. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you've learned one or two things. And that's the end of my story time. Do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Till I see you in the next one. Bye for now and stay blessed. Ciao.